Hi, this is Karen Overton, the Quilt Rambler with Quilts N Kaboodle. I just thought I'd take a minute to do a little true confession, shall we say. I thought I'd show you my messy studio. Because sometimes we like to see other people's studios and we think, oh, mine could never be as glamorous and as neat and as clean as those in the magazines, the ones that don't have any strings on the floor. Well, that's not my studio. And I kind of wanted to document how bad it gets right after market and festival and during the Christmas rush. And also as a little bit of an encouragement to myself to get things cleaned and organized, because I have some interesting things coming the first of the year. And I thought we'd just see what it's like before we make those changes. So pause for just a moment while I turn the camera around and give you a walk through my studio. Okay, here we are as you would come into my studio. Let's pretend like you're one of my customers. And your first thing you do is you always want to look and see, oh, look what's on the frame. That's a beautiful Christmas quilt. I really like that. And then I remind you, oh, but your Christmas quilt is ready for you to take home. And there I have the customer quilt hanging up so that they can see it in all of its glory. I really like doing this because, well, for one thing, it hides what's behind the curtain, but it just lets customers be able to see their quilt all the way up close and personal in one view of what, their hard work and their hard labor and what we were able to do together. So true confessions, this is what's going on behind the wall. Oh, confessions hurt. That's my little red wagon. It's one of my favorite tools, and that's still packed from the last time I had a sew-in with the Guild. It's hiding right now. It's going to get cleaned up soon. This is the little corner that's going to get revamped the first of the year. I do like my little Beanie Babies collection. I do like bears. Okay, let's take a look around. That's the living room. Let's take a look around my studio and see that it's semi-organized. I tried to pick up before festival, but this is the time of year when I'm pulling out threads and in a hurry, and I don't always put them back in the drawer. My desk is always covered with paperwork. It's a little bit better because I did do some the other day, but then it starts getting messy again, and this is where we want to kind of cringe. There's all the paperwork that needs to be filed. This is my sewing center, and this is going to get revamped here really pretty soon because I bought a new cabinet, and that's part of the studio redo to get that all cleaned up and organized. There's the studio couch. Normally we'd have Pixie sitting there, but Pixie has gotten old and stays in the TV room now. Behind the long arm, it's better than what it was, but it still has things kind of stuffed in the corner and places to clean out. There's a couple of customer quilts that need to be made before Christmas. There's some that are already made and ready to be picked up. Yeah, exercise ball. We won't talk about exercise or lack thereof. But let's walk around behind the studio. Ooh, good day for trash day. This is where I hide my personal stash. Again, this corner is going to get redone before too long, but I have all kinds of fabric back here. And just, what can I say? I'm a quilter. We have lots of fabric. I love pre-cuts. This is my little section of pre-cuts. A lot of these I have purchased at festival and my local quilt shops. You can never have too many pre-cuts because you never know when you want to do something. Behind the long arm gets a little crazy this time of year. There's a quilt waiting to be quilted. There's my customer base. There's where I store everybody's stuff. But the corner, yeah, that's kind of nice. It's colorful. I don't know if you notice or not, but I do like color. These are my orange walls, some of my personal quilts on the wall. Now this is where it gets a little embarrassing. This is the t-shirt quilt area. The next t-shirt quilt that we're cutting out tomorrow is in the bag, ready to be cut. This is some of the fabrics that we use in the t-shirt quilt business. This is our current press, heat press. And then, ooh, embarrassing. You can't even get to the cutting table. Oh my goodness. Well, I do have all the batting cut out for the next few, so that's not too terribly bad. But this island kind of gets dumped on, and this is my before festival dump. It's a quilt, personal quilt I was working on the weekends that I thought would get ready for Thanksgiving, but it's not going to. Here's some of the fun things that I picked up at market and festival. There's my name badge, and this is my favorite. Someday I'll get organized, then I'll truly be dangerous. just wait and see. I have a future video that's going to show you just how organized this little corner is going to be. Oh, there's some of the fun things I got at Festival. There were patterns, there was thread, there was rulers, there was fabric, and there was batting. Yes, the long arm quilter goes to market to purchase all the things that she needs to run her business. So yep, got lots of batting to reorganize. So the back of this is just a little embarrassing. So let's move to the next section. This area really needs to be cleaned up too. That's my zipper collection that I added to that Festival. And then here's some of the fun things that I got to take classes. I did some cartooning for quilters and then a fusible applique that's only partially done, and I can't wait to get finished. But in my room, I have a little happy place here. I like things tropical, and my son painted the mural for me. This is my design wall with all kinds of fun stuff on it. And then we turned back around into the studio. And like I said, I kind of wanted to document this true confession that not everybody's studio is as neat and clean as they show in the magazines, but there's always potential. And I wanted to just tell you to stay tuned, because there is going to be some really exciting changes and announcements coming up the first of the year with Quilts N Kaboodle and the Quilt Rambler. So I hope you'll visit my studio again, and I'll show you the new look soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.